glad to have everybody back, and I got my man Law Dog over here. How you feel, Law?
Hey, I feel great. It's good to be back this week, and to know that tomorrow is one of the greatest days of the year, the start of 2014 NFL football season. I couldn't be happier.
All right.
Like a holiday.
Like a holiday. How about you, Smash?
I'm good.
Good.
Good
Good to be back. Having a good
full
week.
crew, full crew.
Full crew. Full crew. We are back.
Yes, sir.
Tiger?
Good to be here.
All right.
I just want to say, I'm really happy for Michael Sam. He couldn't have landed at a better organization. They're prepared for the things that are coming with him, and it's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
He'll fit right in there, won't he?
Yeah, perfect spot.
I thought he would too.
Yeah.
Well, how was South Carolina, Big E?
You know, I'm glad you asked. South Carolina, it's not for a place for people like us. The people down there are strange. Right around the universities there, and especially, right there near Clemson, that is ridiculous down there. I wouldn't spend my money in that town for another minute. I'm telling you, it's beats all I've ever seen.
Couldn't afford it, huh?
It's just not worth it.
You should have fit right in. That's why I sent you.
Well, I didn't have as good as time as I thought I was going to have. Now, the training camp was a great time. Me and Benjamin, we hit it off, and Cam, looking for big things out of them.
Well, did they try to sign you while you was down there?
No, we talked a little bit about that, but we couldn't come to no kind of deal. I'm worth a lot more than they was thinking about.
Oh my gosh, here we go again.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Especially if you include Katie Joe in that package deal.
All right, moving on. Good point.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. Let's talk about the drafts a little bit. We had drafts in both leagues this week, and I thought they went pretty well. Everybody seemed to have a good time.
Swag.
Yes, sir.
I've got something. It's been eating at me all day that I'd like to say about that. Let me take a minute here. Rudy, my God, what were you thinking the other night during that draft? I mean, for instance, I've got it pulled up here. You've got Mark Ingram as a starting running back. Maybe you shouldn't have focused so much on Peyton Manning as your #1 pick, and maybe your team will be a little bit better. After looking at your team, I'm pretty sure, you're going to finish dead last this year.
I second that. I just looked
I mean, I'm highly disappointed, Rudy.
Well, I do know for one thing he's going to finish last this week when it's me versus him in the first game of the season. Last year he kind of tore me up with Peyton Manning. They got Wes Welker. He's done. Peyton's going to have nobody to really throw to that's going to be worth the flip. And Peyton Manning himself, he's getting a little older. and that's why you make the South I hate to say this, but Peyton Manning had the best year of his life last year, and it's probably going to be, getting closer and closer to the end.
All right, well, let's quit
For that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Does anybody else have anything about the drafts? I mean, what do anybody else have?
Absolutely.
Well, okay, then you just keep on rolling. You're doing fine.
Hey, I'm not done.
Okay.
Listen now.
Big E show.
Swamp, I like you. I do, Swamp. And I understand you did have it on auto draft, therefore, your picks might have been something you couldn't control at the time, but surely you've logged in since and you could have made a drop. Let me just go ahead and tell you. Stephen Ridley is going to be your worst player this year. And you having him, even on your bench, is going to hurt the morale of your team. Get rid of him and do it now.
That's a bold prediction.
That's a bold prediction. Well, I'll tell you one I thought was kind of funny. In the All My Rowdy Friends League, you couldn't make it that night, but it was wild. We're sitting here drafting. Lee, old Froggy. Old Froggy.
Yeah,
That's my boy Froggy, Lee Hendricks.
Yeah.
Sits over and picks Dwayne Bowe. He got suspended. He's got 2 broken fingers. Now, how you gonna catch a ball if you ain't playing, and if you got 2 fingers?
So true.
And guess what? He's still lined up today. On the bench now. He ain't playing, but he's on the bench.
Maybe that's why his team's always mediocre.
It could be. Let me ask you guys something else here too. We got week 1 coming up. Like Andy said, best time of the year. You got studs. Let's just say, I'm gonna throw one out. You got Aaron Rodgers going against Seattle's defense. Let's say you got a Matt Ryan, or you got another quarterback's lower tier. A lot of people been calling and texting me and sending emails via the show and everything. Would you sit Aaron Rodgers and play a lower tier quarterback, or would you go with your stud?
You always go with studs.
I agree.
think it depends on who your second string quarterback is. I mean, for instance, it is a Matt Ryan. I think that is someone that you could consider playing. He's playing, I believe, the Saints this week.
He is.
Could be a shootout. Most of the time, I would say you don't sit your studs, but I think it depends on who your backup is.
Right.
That's a good point.
And what kind of matchup he's got.
That's true. That's true. Let's say if you got Aaron Rodgers and Carlson Palmer.
Absolutely, you don't sit
No,
Rodgers.
I don't think you do it with Phillip Rivers or Drew Brees. Phillip Rivers or Russell Wilson. He doesn't.
Right,
I think you go ahead and play your studs.
Yeah, I'd probably put in Jake Young.
That's why he's in South Carolina, folks. Well, anyway, let's keep on rolling here. Hey, you guys got a good game for us this week, don't you?
Yep, game of the week.
Game of the week, and let's hear what you guys got. I mean,
Broncos and the Colts. Peyton Manning going against his old team.
Yep.
Should be motivation for him to really try to light it up. I mean, you got two quarterbacks that threw for almost 75 touchdowns last year.
Both quarterbacks have a ton of weapons.
Right.
You have the Colts this year. I think Andrew Luck's going to have a big year. He's got Reggie Wayne back, T.Y. Hilton, and he just added Hakeem Nicks
He's got the weapons
to his offense. And unlike what Big E said earlier,
Right.
Peyton Manning's still got some studs, even though Welker's hurt.
Right. Somebody will jump right in that
Oh,
hole.
yeah, absolutely.
And you look at Monty Ball.
Right.
He's finally going to be the primary runner.
Oh, yeah.
And so that should help him out a lot too.
Yeah. And they have a new addition this year, Emmanuel Sanders,
Right.
who I think could come out and have a big year.
Right. So it should be a shootout. I think it'll be a
Absolutely.
high-scoring game, and I think it's a Sunday night game.
I agree,
So,
it is.
Be in prime time.
I agree, and I think Emmanuel Sanders can light it up too in that slot position.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not going to be able to, put so much on Demaryius Thomas so that he'll free up
Exactly.
some stuff. So.
Exactly. Well, let's move into our commercial break. We'll be back in a few.
When I think about you, I think about 17. Think about my old. Think about the stars in the sky. Funny how mellow sound like a moon. July summer night.
This is going to be one of the best parts of the show. This is what we call our agree to disagree part. And we got these two guys back here doing it. And it's going to be hilarious. Can I turn it over to you guys right now?
I'd like to take the floor. I appreciate
I'm
you.
gone. I'll see
appreciate
y'all.
you, man. Pat, I appreciate you being here today. It's one of those things where you show up, you bring your A game, you make it happen, okay? This week, first topic of the 2014 season, I'd like to bring up a couple tight ends in question here. Definitely going with Mr. Rob Gronkowski for the New England Patriots and maybe Julius Thomas.
Maybe go Julius Thomas.
Julius Thomas good with you?
Yeah, he's good. He's better than Ron. Or was it Ron?
He's better than
I can't
who?
remember what you
He's
said
better
earlier.
than who?
Ron. Is it Ron?
Ron. Listen, let's just make this very simple, okay? Rob Gronkowski is the one and only tight end that plays the game like the beast that he is, okay? Julius Thomas, great tight end for a mediocre organization. Listen, New England has got Tom Brady, and his target on 98% of passes is going to Rob Gronkowski. Can you agree to that?
I don't agree with that because you know what? Tom Brady wears Uggs. And I don't want my quarterback throwing me a ball that's got Uggs on. So I'm going to go with Julius Thomas. Got Peyton Manning, best quarterback in the history of the world. And you know what? Who was it? Wes Walker? Is that who said a minute ago? Wes Walker? He's gone. There's no one else to throw it to, right? That's what you said?
Right.
A minute ago?
Yeah.
No one else?
It's going to leave. It's leaving the field open.
Yeah. So Julius Thomas is going to blow up. Wes Walker's gone. No one else there to throw it to. He's going to be the only one out there. So,
So
targets are going to go up. Touchdowns go up.
yeah, there's
Guys
more
leaving
there's
for-
more receivers than Julius Thomas on the team other than Wes Walker. I mean, let's get real here. We're talking about Rob Gronkowski. He's hurt. He's still going to play.
He's
game
always
one.
hurt.
He's still going to play game one of the 2014 season. I don't care if he don't get in there for 20 freaking plays.
He'll play game
He's still
one.
going to make a
But
difference.
he will not play game 2.
He's going to do enough in game one to take over the freaking fantasy points for game 2 for Julius Thomas. He'll beat him on fantasy points in game 1 than Julius Thomas has in 2 games. Guarantee you.
You're insane. I can already tell you can't see past them shades.
Listen, I've had about all of you I can take today. Let's get back to our rowdy friends and see what we got kicking over there. Welcome everybody back to the show. What you guys think about that segment?
That was awesome.
Ooh, I thought it was pretty close to being a fist fight there for a minute.
I'll tell you what, I tell you what, can y'all even agree on anything, or how's it going to go this year? Because you got 16 weeks to talk about a topic.
It's going to be exciting.
Well, dealing with amateurs, it's pretty hard.
There'll be, like I said, to be honest with you, we had to cut the segment a little short. I didn't really hear the last comment about couldn't see past my shades. Let me just tell you what I can see in my future here. I can see that the first game of our fantasy league, the tall boy up, worst to first is going to take a loss to touchdowns for what? And that's just, that's obvious. So I just wanted to get that up there. That's what I see.
I think we'll be going back and look at this video coming into the year and see some facts that didn't pan out. So,
Well, that won't be one of them, but I appreciate you.
Well, I can tell you what, though, I know somebody's going to take a loss. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, that's going to, and Can't Beat Me, that's going to be our Coors Light game of the week. And I'm going for Can't Beat Me. And I tell you, you just look at the starting lineup you boys got here. Phillip Rivers, Adrian Peterson, Le'Veon Bell, Marquise Colston, Roddy White, Jimmy Graham, Spoles, Bailey, and the Patriots on defense. Going up against Aaron Rodgers, Andre Ellington, Monte Ball, Pierre Garçon, Antonio Bryant, Dennis Pitta, Shane Vereen, and Stephen H. from Seattle.
yeah.
And then you got the Baltimore Ravens. And right now,
Oscar.
Hoshka. But right now, I'm going with Can't Beat Me. You got to go with a champion.
Yeah.
He won the league last year, and you got to go with a
You
champion.
can't go wrong with experience.
You can. I tell you. It should be close. I think they're all going to be close. You look at these projections; these things are kind of crazy. But anyway, anybody else got anything to say? Glad everybody had a good time at the show.
Enjoyed it. Glad to be back.
Good.
I'm ready for tomorrow night.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
How about you, Smash?
I'm ready.
All right.
All right. Well, everybody here at Tall Way Up Crew, we'll see you next time.
Throw down, it's time to tumble.